another way, even though it may seem silly or wrong. You must try. Now, when you read, don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you think.
Have you ever wanted something so badly but felt like you weren't allowed to want it? That's exactly what happens to Neil Perry in the Poet Society. In this video, I'll explain his story using romanticism and Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how these two ideas help us understand why his passion became his downfall. Let's start with romanticism, but instead of a formal definition, think of it like this. Romanticism is about choosing your heart over the rules. It values feelings, imagination, and being true to yourself, even if the society disagrees. Romantic poets believe that life shouldn't just be about following orders, it should be about feeling alive.
Begone, J. Evans Pritchard, PhD. Rip, shred, tear, rip it out. I want to hear nothing but ripping of Mr. Pritchard. We'll preparate it, put it on a roll. Rip it out.
Now, let's connect that to psychology using Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow says people are motivated by different levels of needs. At the top is self actualization. This means becoming who you truly want to be. For Neil, that true self is very clear. He wants to act, perform, and express himself.
Right. Your shape will make him quite. Or else, you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Thou speaks the right. We shadows have this and all is ended. That you have slumbered here while this vision.
When Neil is on stage, you can see it that he's confident, alive, and free. This is him reaching self actualization. This is also where romanticism shows the most that he is choosing passion over pressure. But here's the problem. Neil's father represents the opposite of romanticism. He believes in control, discipline, and strict expectation. So now, Neil is stuck between two worlds. One world says, follow your dreams, and the other says, follow my rules.
You're going to Harvard, and you're going to be a doctor.
Using Maslow's theory, we can see that Neil is blocked. Even if he reaches self actualization for a moment, his sense of safety and control is taken away by his father. And when your basic needs like safety and freedom are controlled, it becomes very hard to stay mentally stable. From a romantic poem by William Wordsworth, the world is too much with us, late and soon. Getting and spending will lay waste our powers. This line connects deeply to Neil. It shows how society, and in Neil's case his father, can take away a person's true potential. Neil doesn't fail because he is weak. He fails because he is not allowed to express himself or to be himself. So what can we learn from Neil? His story shows that passion alone is not enough. People need both freedom and support to grow, and ignoring someone's identity can have serious consequences. By the end, Neil's story becomes tragic. Romanticism tells us to follow our hearts, but psychology reminds us that we also need support, safety, and understanding. Neil had passion, but he didn't have the freedom to do so. In the end, Neil Perry is not just a character. He represents what can happen when a person's inner world is silenced. Through romanticism and Maslow's theory, we can see that his story is not just about poetry. It's about the human need to be seen, heard, and allowed to become who we are. And maybe that's the biggest lesson here. Life is short. We shouldn't be afraid to express ourselves in the way we truly want, to follow what makes us feel alive, to enjoy life while we still can, because the world is beautiful, too beautiful to cut yourself off from it.